guys have been around the local music scene for years and years, and how did you guys eventually hook up and formulate the O's?
I was playing with the band, the Boys Named Sue, and we needed a fill-in drummer, and then Taylor came along. One thing led to another, and a few weeks later we started a band.
Yeah, I had some songs that I had been writing that I really hadn't showed anybody before, and we decided to kind of make an outlet, and that's what the O's came from.
Started playing, I was like, that sounds great. And I was like, I got a couple tunes, and then I was like, I'll get a banjo, we'll start this band, it'll be fun.
I know that before we had kind of started throwing some songs back and forth to each other. We hadn't put anything down, we hadn't released our EP yet. And we went to a great Dallas bar called Vickery Park. Sometime we woke up the next morning with a band name, The O's.
I think I had a Post-it note on my face, and I pulled it off and it said The O's. And I was like, we came up with a band name.
The banjo's round, the drum is round. We pretty much are the circle of life.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of predated Mumford & Sons with that kick drum acoustic sound.
Yeah, we were playing this club in Inverness, Scotland, and they were like, oh yeah, Mumford & Sons played here 6 months ago. And there was like 10 people there. We were like, all right, well, I guess, 6 months, they're gonna be loaded. This is gonna be awesome.
We all fight the good fight. We all know what is right. We work too hard to have nothing change.
Who's your favorite all-time artist, and who are you currently into?
My all-time favorite is the Pixies. It will always be on a mixtape. I had Bossa Nova from the Pixies on one side, and then the Smiths on the other side, and I played the hell out of that. And their time signatures are always really cool. How really Frank Black and how he turns times around in music, and I don't think anybody really does it like him.
I grew up listening to kind of psych rock, and that was where that's where my old bands came from. Also, Luna's Rendezvous, I listened to that consistently throughout the last 10 years of my life. And then I've been listening to a lot of Neil Young, and I realized that Luna's guitar player, a lot of that same Neil Young stuff is coming out. I don't know, I always kind of go back to Tom Waits, and I like his really early stuff. I love his voice and what he can get away with.
I heard Nirvana, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta be a musician. This is what I'm gonna do.
I always used to watch like Whitesnake videos. I want to be a rock and roll star. Maybe this chick on the couch next to me might like me.
Tens of dollars at a time is how I've done it ever since.
Just trying to have a good time. Yeah, I'm just trying to have a ball. I don't know what you're doing here, and I don't know how you got this far.
You've had the great fortune of going out with the old 97s, the Polyphonic Spree, Delamitri. Any memorable stories you can care to share?
The one that sticks out in my mind, we went out with Delamitri, saw on the schedule that the very last show was the Hammersmith Apollo. Ziggy Stardust show was played there. It was a nice feeling, roaming the back hallways.
I try my best, like every moment, be like really taking it all in.
And to round it off, I think the old 97s taking us out was the first time that we ever really got to play big venues consistently throughout the United States.
Your most recent album, the third album, is called Thunderdog. And I've got to ask what a Thunderdog is.
Thunderdog is the kick drum. The kick drum is our low end, it's our bass player, it's the heartbeat.
What else is on the horizon for the O's?
I think we have a big tour booked with Polyphonic Spree overseas in Japan, I think, which is nice. Australia, Big Day Out, that's coming up, that's cool.
And that's how we book shows.
Yeah. You tell us, when are we going on tour? When's that happening?
Now we just are trying to focus on playing our 150 to 200 shows a year, attacking more markets, different markets, trying out some new places, and continuing to do exactly what we're doing right now.